world. My name is Johnny, aka the Spilt Ink, the one and only. There's a few people out there using my name. Shame on you. Shame on you. Oh well. I'm making this video because, yesterday I was watching a documentary about Bukowski, who's an amazing Polish-American artist, and my friend were drinking, we're talking about art, we're talking about music and stuff, and I think this movie really inspired him. It's called Struggle. It's on Netflix. You should totally watch it. If you haven't seen it already, it's a beautiful movie. It's absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. And halfway through the movie, he asked me, he said, "Johnny, I want to learn how to draw. How should I draw?" And I think he basically wanted to ask me, he's Japanese and he was speaking Japanese, but he asked me basically how should he learn how to be an artist and how should he learn how to draw. You know, I think this movie is so inspirational where he wanted to learn how to draw. And I've never been asked that before, and I had to think about it, and well, I think the answer that I gave him is going to be the answer that I give you, which is probably the best way to learn how to do any kind of art, especially drawing. And what I highly recommend is that you get some kind of a notebook, any kind of a notebook. It does not have to be expensive. And then buy a marker, buy a pencil, buy anything to write with, and then carry that notebook and that pencil with you wherever you go. Wherever you go, carry that. And whenever you have any free time, draw. If you're on the bus, draw. You're on the train, draw. Waiting for a bus, draw. If you're having lunch and you finish lunch early, or you're in between classes, if you're a student, draw. If you're in high school or junior high school and your teacher's really boring, draw. That's what I used to do. And basically put as many miles as you can into your sketchbook. And then once that sketchbook is full, get another sketchbook. And don't worry about your art or your work being good. Just do it. Just do as much as you can and just enjoy it. Just draw whatever comes to your mind or whatever you see or whatever you feel comfortable with or whatever you want to do. I mean, if you want to do like illustrations, do illustrations of people or something. If you want to like make cartoons like SpongeBob or Tom and Jerry, do something like that. Do whatever you want to do, but just enjoy it, you know? And I think drawing is magical, and I think everybody should draw. I think it's a form of meditation, I guess, you know? When you draw, after about 5 minutes, you're really not in the current world, you know? I mean, if you're listening to music, you kind of get into the zone, and time just slows down or speeds up, and your drawings, your artwork just becomes your world until you stop. And then you look at it, and then you look at your artwork like something like that, and then you look at it and look at it and look at it and stuff, and then that becomes your world. I don't know, it's mesmerizing. But I do practice what I preach. Ooh, gonna move the coffee over there. Ooh, love coffee. This is my bag. It goes like this, it goes like this. It's a bag. And you can use any bag you want. Could be a Jam Sport, who cares? Could be Louis Vuitton if you're rich. Oh, don't spend a lot of money. Whatever you do, don't spend a lot of money. Get cheap. Always get cheap. And then if you feel comfortable with the tools that you're using, it's great. And if you feel like you want to use something a little bit more higher quality, go for it. But I generally just get cheap stuff. It doesn't really matter to me. The color red is the color red, right? The color blue is the color blue. White paper is white paper. Yeah, you get finer different kinds of paper and better like colored pencils or this and that. And I've got friends that talk about that kind of shit. And for me, red is red. That's it, you know? So anyway, this is my notebook. This is the one I'm carrying around with me. And let's see. These are my color pencils. I think this cost me, what, 20 bucks, 2,000 yen? This cost me 1,000 yen, 10 bucks. Stickers not included, by the way. Whenever my friends give me a sticker, I just put it on my notebook. Some of the stickers are mine, actually. But, and I just carry this wherever I go. And I also have a set of really, really cheap markers. That's like 50 cents, 50 yen. Pen, super cheap. I mean, I've got a Fude pen right here. It's like kind of like a paintbrush, but it's also a pen kind of thing, whatever. It's amazing, but it cost me, I don't know, $2. Not really expensive at all. And I carry this stuff wherever I go. Whenever I have this bag, which is like 90% of the time, I carry this with me. And whenever I have some free time, I put in some mileage. It's all about putting in mileage. And this is just an example of just some of the stuff I do. There you go. There you go. And it doesn't have to be accurate. It doesn't have to be, it could be anything you want. This right here is a clown. This is one of my friends, actually. He's in a band where he dresses like a clown. The band's name is Viawat, an amazing Japanese band. Fantastic. It's electro punk. But he dresses like a clown. My friends are clowns. I got friends that are clowns. That's awesome. And you don't have to worry about your work being good. You don't have to worry about your work being anything. And I mean, I'm not going to put this in a show or anything. I got both sides of this drawn up, and you should. I mean, you should draw as much as you can. You should utilize as much space as you can. And you've got a sketchbook. I mean, what is this? Hello Kitty? Let's go mad. It can be completely stupid, and stupid is great. If you do something that's stupid or ooh sexy, that's awesome. This is your world. You can do anything you want. Anything you want, you can put all in there. I think that's Alex Jones. Ooh, he's pissed. Josh Shaka. What's it? Cindy Crawford. Cameron Diaz. I don't know. Whatever. I mean, you don't even have to remember it. Oh, there's Joe Rogan. Ooh, he's a tough guy. Stanley. Whatever. And then, oh, here's some blank pictures or whatever, pages. But then you can just do, it doesn't have to be finalized work. You just sketch out like ideas or sketch out anything you want, you know? Just draw pictures of whatever you want, you know? This is your world right here. So if you want to learn how to sketch, if you want to learn how to do any kind of art, notebook and pen or pencil or marker, and just make sure it's cheap. And then once this is completed, once you finish off with this, put it in a bookshelf, and then buy another notebook. And I have so many notebooks. I have so many notebooks. I have a whole bookshelf filled with notebooks. These are just some of them. These are just some of my notebooks. God, they're like records. For anybody out there that collects records, one record is very light. 10 records, kind of heavy. Once you get like 100 records, it's really heavy. All right, that's about as far as I'm gonna go. I'm gonna cut my head off. But yeah, definitely get a sketchbook. Keep it with you wherever you go, and just draw in it. Draw whatever you want, and then you're gonna learn how to draw. And another thing is, don't listen to anybody. Never listen to anybody. If somebody sees your work and they say, oh, that's great, don't listen to that. If somebody tells you that your work sucks, don't listen to that either. Don't listen to anybody except for yourself. Because who cares? Who cares what anybody else thinks, you know? It's all about you and your world, your imagination. So draw, pick up a pen, and go for it. Ooh, another thing. If you're not drawing, if you're not drawing something, if you have free time, you just don't feel like drawing, pick up a book. This right here is, what is this? Martian Time Lapse, or Time Slip. Ooh. Martian Time Slip by Philip K. Dick. This is the guy that he wrote Blade Runner, he wrote Minority Report, he wrote a bunch of shit. This guy's amazing. You don't have to read this guy, but read something. Your brain is a muscle, and the more you read, the stronger your muscle gets. And if you read science fiction or whatever, you know, I think it does help you create more interesting ideas, you know? I mean, I like to read before I do any kind of like real big project. You know, for example, if I'm doing something in my studio and I'm gonna paint something that's maybe like, I don't know, maybe 1 meter by 2 meters or something big, I like to read a little bit before I start working and stuff, you know? It just kind of gets me in the zone a little bit easier, you know? So read, definitely read, get a notebook, get a pen or a pencil or something, and go to town. Thank you very much, and if you have any questions or anything like that, definitely just send me an email, and whatever I can do to help you is all good. I aim to please, I guess. And yeah, definitely check out my website, www.thespiltink.com. I got an Etsy page. I got all that stuff, so check me out. If you like my work, awesome. If you don't, I don't care. Thank you very much. All right, peace.